Hi, everyone. I would like to talk a little bit about something which a lot of us experiences on a daily basis, and this is the leaky gut. We will also mention the immune system, and we'll talk about what to do about it. You will see that this is extremely important part of our health, and that's why today that's the topic. It's going to be a short video, but I'm really hoping to help you understand the leaky gut and to understand that it is not good to have it. So leaky gut and your immune system. Leaky gut is a term that has been thrown around a lot in the past decade or so. In fact, if you do a Google search, you will see that those two words, leaky gut, yield more than 8 million hits. So people were interested in this. And surprisingly, a lot of conventional doctors simply deny this concept, despite mounting evidence that it's a real problem at the heart of many diseases. So leaky gut isn't a true medical term, but it basically means that you have increased intestinal permeability. And this is mouthful. So what is leaky gut and how does it come about? What general advice can be given to improve this condition? So many things can contribute to intestinal permeability. Before I continue, a few words about permeability. Permeability is measure of the ease of passage of liquids or gases or specific chemicals through the material. In this case is your gut, such as alcohol, toxins, medications, stress, because it contributes to intestinal permeability, the stress, intestinal infections, radiation, microbiome imbalances, what else? Prescription drugs, and even some foods, like foods that contain lectins. I have lectures below about lectins. These are the nightshade vegetables like tomato, zucchini, peppers, eggplant, and more. Really, anything that can disturb the protective microbiome, cause inflammation, and damage the delicate mucosal barrier between our gut and our bloodstream. So this is controlled actually by tight junctions. So that means the food cannot go through the molecules, I would say, which are not supposed to be in the bloodstream, cannot go through ideally in a healthy person because of those tight junctions. And I will talk a little bit about them. I will try to explain them with simple words, the way I understand them and the way I work with them. So what is a tight junction? It's also called zonula, and in a bit you will hear another word related to this one. I promise I'm not gonna overload you with too many funny Latin words. It is a cell junction forming a tight seal between the cells. That's all. So a cell junction forming a tight seal between cells. This is tight junctions. When those tight junctions become more permeable, they allow partially digested food particles, microbes, and chemicals to slip through the gut tissue into the bloodstream. When this happens, your immune system has to deal with all these foreign substances that have leaked through, and the closely controlled system goes haywire, triggering cytokine activation and immune responses against foods and even cell proteins of the person, which can begin the cycle of an autoimmune disease. So you see, it's not a straightforward thing, and it is quite damaging to the body when we have this leaky gut. And I want you to remember one name, Alessio Fasano. It's an Italian doctor, a researcher, a very famed, actually, researcher in celiac disease. Fasano, you spell Fasano, Fasano. Okay, so he's an expert on the gut barrier, who explains that when there is a disruption to the tight junctions, a substance called zonulin, so this is the other word, is involved. Zonulin is secreted by the intestinal cells in response to bacteria like Salmonella, but also in response to gluten, the protein found in wheat, for example. You can think of zonulin as a doorman of sorts to tight junctions in your gastrointestinal tract. That doorman is opening and closing the junctions. So when needed, of course, when zonulin is high, the tight junctions stay open. That leads to a higher intestinal permeability. Elevations in zonulin are characteristics of celiac disease, but can also be seen in people who have gluten sensitivity, but they're non-celiac. So when you have leaky gut, it sets off a massive cycle of immune activation to all the substances which are slipping through the gut barrier. This causes major inflammation and can contribute to a long list of diseases, of course. In fact, the elevation in zonulin and hence leaky gut is linked to diseases such as type 1 diabetes, multiple sclerosis, asthma. So leaky gut is what connects gut microbial imbalance and disease. So if you want to reverse this cycle, you need to focus on eliminating the causes of gut microbial imbalances and reverse and heal your leaky gut. What general advice can be given to improve this condition? Of course, you know very well, I'm very big on evaluation or assessment. Gasology doesn't really work, but here I will try to give general advice to everyone. First of all, do not eat foods that cause leaky gut, like refined sugar, grains. And here, the worst three grains are wheat, barley, rye. And there are pseudo grains like quinoa, buckwheat, chia seeds, which also harm this barrier. Legumes like beans, and I would exclude the mung beans because they are extremely beneficial for our health. Then the nightshades, which I mentioned many times in my videos, and anything that makes your lower abdominal area uncomfortable. The body will show you this through different ways. So then what to eat? Mainly to heal your gut, you eat bone broth. So simple. The food is their medicine. I also suggest a slippery elm gruel. These are healing foods, they're medicine, and I suggest a lot of types of herbs as well. other types of gruels. It depends what works on the person, but extremely important healing and universal thing that helps most of the people to restore the leaky gut almost immediately is the bone broth. And if you don't have the recipe I'm offering, please contact me. I will be very happy to share it with you. Then another thing, you should hydrate. There's no escape from hydration. I'm sorry. Many times I talk to people about hydration, and some people told me, I hate water, my body doesn't want it. Whatever your belief or your line of thought is about that, forget it. You have to hydrate. Nothing can replace water. Nothing can replace sun. That's it. These are things God made, universe made, whoever made them for us to use. That's it. And to heal with. Water has amazing healing properties, and you need your water. So caution with medications. Which medications? Mostly antibiotics. The problem is that antibiotics are doing a great job killing bad bacteria, but with it, they kill the good bacteria as well. What happens is the ratio of good and bad bacteria usually supposed to be 75% good to 25% bad. That ratio just changes, and then all kind of problems occur in our gut. Other type of pills or medications are statins, anti-diabetic drugs, painkillers, anti-inflammatory drugs, and probably many more. Steroids for sure. Exercise, yes, strength and myofascial stretching, specific exercises to tone the gut tissue are very crucial. Then sleep. Please analyze your sleep cycle, your sleep hygiene. What do you do before sleep? What do you do after sleep? How do you feel after sleep? Are you recovered? How many times do you wake up during the night, and etc. This is very important. Do you meet the sunrise? Do you spend a few minutes in the morning around the sunrise time, and things like that, because the sunrise can reset your internal clock in a way that you can have a really calm, quiet, and beneficial recovery sleep. So when it comes to leaky gut, have you noticed that what I'm speaking about is basically physically around the gut, nervous system, that relates to all the conditions and diseases. Your gut is called the second brain. Your nervous system is the one that communicates with the gut in order to control the body. But they found out that the information from the gut to the brain is 90% of all the information. And the information from the brain to the gut is only 10% from all the information between the two organs. Isn't this remarkable? So that's about the gut-brain communication. When it relates to mind and emotions, I very often go to trauma, childhood trauma, and the trauma which occurs later on in life, and it leaves horrible marks on our body. Then when it comes to spirituality, I suggest to people to find their inner self with the methods they prefer. So these are my thoughts on leaky gut. Please, if you have questions, you know where and how to find me, or just comment leaky gut below, and I or some of my assistants will get back to you. Thank you for listening, and I wish you good luck in doing anything to stay away from leaky gut.
Join our Healthy and Community Facebook group. If you have any questions, please free to comment below. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for more.